Ambitious Meghan adopts I do not care coverage on her quest to get to the top at the rate of palace. King Charles can also adopt a wait-and-see-the policy when it comes to titles for Archie and Lilibet, ending on what emerges from the Sussex's Netflix show. Meghan Markle is both oblivious to the injury she has precipitated the royal household or would not care, a royal commentator has suggested. And Jonathan Suckery additionally believes, given the Sussex's tendency to make destructive claims, King Charles III is probably to wait till the launch of their new Netflix collection and the guide of Harry's eagerly awaited memoir before making any selections about viable titles for their children and his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet. This allegation has been issued by royal commentator and journalist Jonathan Suckery. He used to be additionally quoted telling Express UK, "I do think that Meghan came to the royal household at an older age than some non-royal spouses do, with a journey of repute and how to deal with the press and publicity that came from a very exclusive backgrounds out of acting and modelling alternatively than royalty." So even although there are different non-royals who have married into the royal family, they tended no longer to come from that kind of background. Some had joined the household at a young age and others, for example, Sophie Wessex, came from a PR history themselves and consequently had some grasp of how matters worked. Mr. Suckery stressed. He added, "So I assume that in Meghan's case, it would be honest to say that her experiences of getting notoriety and fame and movie star through tried and examined potential and that they don't necessarily work very nicely for the royal family. Now it's those who do not like her would possibly say that she's deliberate about it now and she would not maybe care about the harm it might do the royal family. Others would possibly say she doesn't recognize the difference. And by means of her personal admission, if she takes her words seriously, she has said in preceding interviews that she doesn't recognize how the British newspapers and the royal household labored when she received into this, and so she in all likelihood didn't realize how this worked in the UK and on a worldwide level when it comes to royalty. Either way, I assume there's an acknowledgement on her face in the previous that she did not recognize how the royals labored with the press, and then because she surely taught them, she didn't like them. However, Harry and Meghan quickly returned to California, where they now live. Then, in stark illustration of the bodily and metaphorical divide between them and Harry's father, the new British monarch, given that they stepped down as frontline royals in 2020, their selection used to be motivated. Behind this is partly their resentment of perceived journalistic intrusion, with Meghan telling Oprah Winfrey throughout an interview with CBS Final Year that she had regarded the notion of suicide as an end result of the stress she felt she was once under. She stated she had been a sufferer of character assassination and that the pressure drove her to the factor of self-harm. "Look, I was sincerely ashamed to say it at the time and ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, in particular because I be aware of how loss he has suffered. But I knew that if I didn't say it, then I would do it," an emotional Meghan said. "I just didn't prefer to be alive anymore." In a wide-ranging interview, which aired on CBS, Meghan additionally printed a troubling allegation about the royal family's views about race in the months leading up to their son Archie's birth. Meghan stated she and Harry were informed that royal insiders had expressed concerns and conversations about how darkish his skin would possibly be when he is born. The revelation wrong Winfrey, who responded, "What? There are a number of conversations." Meghan said practicable and what that would suggest all seem to be like. Winfrey pressed Meghan to expose names, however the Duchess declined. "I suppose that would be very negative to them." Meghan